Welcome to the first episode of I'm Into That. Uncle Steve is back. We're ripping the condom off. It's gonna be a good time. Join us here on whatever date Darren gets the shit down. What are you doing for the intro? There you go.
I'll just start with fucking.
Give me a Zen. We gotta fucking dial in. I can't be smoking. All
right. Doubling down on the Zimbabwe's.
You have big lips.
Zimbabwe's, dude.
Dude, the Zimbabwe's, the tribal scent.
The tribal scent, the ones that make everything happen.
All right. Zin's the official track of the tribe. Or sorry, Zin's the official snack of the tribesmen.
All right, let's start with, I don't know, how do I start this?
Big bitches.
Welcome to I'm Into That podcast. I'm your host, Flaco, co-host
Grande, Uncle Steve.
First episode. Honestly, we don't know what to do. We're just fucking sitting here gonna talk. This whole idea of making a podcast was kind of a phone call that turned into this today. Last night we sat here for about, I don't know, what would you say, 2 fucking hours?
Yeah, it was like 2 fucking hours.
2 hours, 3 hours fucking around with this little setup we got.
Yeah, so we got a janky little setup going on right now, and pretty much the way that this whole situation came about was we spend probably an hour or two a day on the phone with each other on the way to and from work or just while we're hanging out at home, and we're like, yeah, we're always fucking rolling laughing, so might as well share it with the rest of the fucking people. So that's how we ended up with this, and yeah, the I'm Into That podcast was born out of a bunch of fucking and a bit of a shit show.
Yeah, honestly, dude.
Honestly,
I think it was what? We're going to work one day, and we're like, dude, why are we talk about this on the phone every fucking day?
Well, yeah.
Not the same topic, but we talk about just the shit that we deal with throughout the day and throughout the week.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can't talk about a lot of the shit that we talk about, otherwise this whole channel would sound like a fucking dog whistle. So
it'll be bleeped out the entire fucking time.
So it's going to be mellowed down a little bit, but at the same time, we will be ripping the condom off. So
just like Grande, what'd you say? Welcome back. What'd you say?
Well, dude, Uncle Steve, back, and we're fucking ripping it off.
Uncle Steve's ripping the condom off,
dude. So we're here. We're here to say howdy and get rowdy, and hopefully, we get to hear about some of the good shit, and then once this gets going a little bit more and we have a little bit more of a following, we'll answer some questions. And if you have any stories that you guys were a part of that you'd like to be shared, bring that up, and then we can get that out on the air too.
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram. We got a TikTok now. We got a YouTube. We're gonna work our way into Facebook and obviously the other social media platforms.
Be prepared. Yeah, shit's gonna get weird.
Honestly, I think I would say weird, but at the same time funny. I think that we have a pretty crazy fucking life. Myself and Steven's included. Grande. By the way, I call him Grande. His nickname's Grande. His actual real name is Steven. If you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I don't look like a Steve, but we're gonna
just blip the camera out and you'll hear Steve behind that voice and shit. But fuck, dude, let's talk about Hangtown last weekend, dude.
Oh, fucking Hangtown.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah, 500 million degrees, dude.
That was fucking hot.
That was the first time I've ever been fucking sunburned. That was fucking terrible. We're sitting out there, dude. I fucking got back to the car. My cheeks were fucking peeling. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I felt bad for all the white people out there, dude. I was like, y'all fuckers are cooked.
Yeah, besides the fucking heat, it was fucking pretty. It was
sick,
really
dude.
Hot.
We got to see Eli Tomac come back, unleash beast mode again. I mean, Moto 2, he fucking
dude, so I know I went with you, 45 years ago?
No, we went in 2015.
Yeah.
2015 was the last time that you went, and that was the year Eli Tomac won by like a minute 30 over second.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, that was, and you had forgotten how gnarly dirt bikes were until you showed up again.
Oh, that's right, I forgot you're crippled. Yeah, so, no, back to the Hangtown shit. So, obviously I went to the race 2015. I completely forgot how it was.
It's gnarly.
And like, we raced next door to that at the off-road track.
Yeah, for
the NorCal and the Ultra 4 shit. So like, every time I go out to the races, I'm like looking over like the fucking dirt bikes, whatever. But then we went this last weekend, and honestly, that was like a whole nother level of like off-road racing.
It's a whole different league because when it comes to motocross, it's not like pay to play. It's you got to earn your way into that fucking show. Like there's the 30 guys that didn't even qualify for the main event.
So wait, so let's just say I just started dirt bike racing today. What are the steps for me to be able to go race that?
You have to get your amateur points.
Okay.
To be able to acquire your pro card. And to get your pro card, you have to get amateur points through racing the top level amateur classes. So your pro sports, your A's and your B's. You have to. So
wait, hold on. So you start off as an amateur. If I go racing at Hangtown, does that count as amateur points?
If you have to be through AMA, obviously.
Okay.
So you have to be, like for our area, you'd be registered like District 36.
Okay.
You would go, you sign up for the race. You would not be acquiring any points towards your pro card, because if you're just now learning how to ride a bike, you're going to be in like beginner or novice or D or whatever they're calling it on that day.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Once you get faster and faster and faster, you go to C and then to B and then to A, and then some areas you can get into like pro sport and all that, and that's the different areas that you can race.
Oh shit! How many races do you think you would say it takes to get your amateur points?
Well, if you are a real good guy, it only takes, a season to get it. If you're a guy that goes out and wins everything and you have the money to actually travel and race all those amateur events, you could get it in a season, because you have to acquire, I believe it's like 55 points.
And is that by
within
position?
a season?
Oh shit! Within a season.
Within a season.
So you can't accumulate multiple seasons into one.
It's within a single season.
Oh fuck!
So if you were
okay.
to race, let's say you do 4 races, 5 races in a season.
Yeah.
You're a couple points short, and then you run out of money and you can't race. You got to start again the next year.
Oh shit, dude. Okay, that makes sense.
And then the biggest amateur event in the country is called Loretta Lynn's. It's at Loretta Lynn's Ranch.
Okay.
And
where's Loretta Lynn's at?
It's in Tennessee.
Oh shit. Okay.
And so you go top 40 in every class, from 50s to 450s.
Oh,
A, B,
fuck.
C,
Okay.
all the way through.
Yeah.
Go there. It's a huge event. Monster Energy's out there. Lucas Oil, Amsoil, Dunlop. All the big title sponsors are there. Pretty much recruiting. It's basically where they pull. Think about it as like an all-star game for football, right?
Yep.
You get all the best players in one area together, and you see who excels, and that's typically who gets brought up and put into effect.
Oh no shit. Okay.
So it's kind of where the kids get their first time on camera and everything, and it's pretty cool. But it's crazy to think that we have guys that are local, like Max Voland. I remember racing Max at Sac Raceway when we were.
Is he a local from here?
He's a local boy. He's from Granite Bay.
Oh no shit.
I remember
Okay.
being on the track with him at Sac Raceway, and then like he'd ride Mammoth Bar over the weekend. Just like some of the local OHVs and stuff, and then obviously seeing it like MMX and Hangtown and all that. But
that's pretty lit. Is he a pro now? Or
he was on Monster Energy Kawasaki, and now he's on Club Moto MX Yamaha.
Oh, that's legit, dude.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, so no, but we have some local boys that are doing good out of this area. Like Peter Martiel, he's winning races and stuff in the GNCC. I believe it's GNCC, the desert racing.
Okay.
Yeah. Riding and all that stuff.
Yep.
The cross country stuff, and then we have Clayton Tucker. Stank nasty.
Stank nasty.
That boy's got fucking swag.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, he's got that fluffy hair looking like shit.
Full mullet or what?
Dude, no, not even fucking mullet, dude. He's just got that nasty little white boy.
Jesus
He's out
Christ.
Scrubs like a brother, dog. Dude. Fucking
like a brother.
Dude, White James up there. You know what I'm saying? That guy,
White James?
Dude, he's
James Stewart.
Oh, he's getting down, dude.
Oh, my fucking
that's
God.
my guy right there.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's who, whenever I go to a race, if I see that bike out on the track, that's who I'm pulling for.
Well, I mean, so now that you kind of circle me around the whole motocross world as far as getting started, just looking back at last weekend's fucking event at the Hangtown, watching those guys ride, what is it, 40 wide, 50 wide at the start?
40 wide on the gate.
40 wide at the gate, dude, and going into that one single hairpin turn was fucking gnarly.
It's basically like voluntary genocide, because there will be some casualties.
Oh no, dude, there was people eating shit like left to right from that start, dude.
It's a clusterfuck going into turn 1. And so you get all those guys, and they all want that whole shot, and they all want good track position, because otherwise you're just getting beat up by the roost. So they're really pushing each other into that first corner.
Well, they go past the first corner, and I think they got a few jumps, and they go up and down the fucking track. I don't even know where I'm at, but I know that they get to the point where it's a fly 150. That's a gnarly fucking jump, dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dirt bike fucking jump that fucking high.
Yeah, they're fun.
Like, I go down in Baja and I race the Baja races and all the NorCal stuff, the Ultra 4 stuff. I've seen dirt bikes racing. I've seen, not dirt bikes racing, but I've seen dirt bikes ripping around. I've never seen a dirt bike fucking fly 150 feet in the air. Not 100, in distance, and 50 feet high in the air. And the guys are just like, back on it again. You're like, no fucking problem.
Yeah, they don't care at all, dude. They're just floating. They're enjoying it, man. That's think about it. That's their break coming around the track. You get all the weight off your legs, like you can release your hands.
When's your fucking in the air?
Loosen up for a second. So that's like their 15-minute, little break.
Little break and combine into a little 5-second jump.
Every lap, you get your little break while you're in the air, and then you're back on it once you hit the ground.
Shit, dude.
So that takes them into one of the more technical parts of the track.
Yeah. So after the fly 150, they went through a bunch of turns, and then they had, was it Oak Hill? You were telling me, right?
When they come around the oak at the top.
Yeah, the oak. Yeah. So it was a step up.
Yeah.
They're jumping 80 feet up into in elevation.
It wasn't a huge jump, but they're just jumping uphill, and then they land into a corner, and then they come down. But that downhill is where Deegan got helicoptered last year.
Oh, when he ate shit.
When he ate shit and got absolutely choke slammed on the bike.
Oh, fuck.
So dude, that was when he came down, got cross-redded, and just fucking helicoptered himself.
Haiden Deegan, that gets a fucking badass.
Stink nasty. Yeah.
But hold on, I want to wind back a little bit. So back to the step up. The fucking guys are jumping sideways into that jump.
Yeah.
They're literally, by the time they get off that lip of the jump at the bottom of the fucking step up, the bike's completely sideways and they're landing.
Oh, leaning over in the corner.
They're fully leaned out.
That's why you got tread on the side of the tire, my guy.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, dude, you land going into the corner, you're already ready to go.
I mean, just thinking about this whole dirt bike world and fucking dirt bike racing, you have to have a lot of core. Your body has to be fit to the extreme.
Why do you think I eat shit, dude? I'm built like a fucking cake pop. Dude, no, all my weight's up top, bro. I got little toothpicks.
You're a little top heavy. You're a little top heavy, dude.
I'm more than top heavy.
God damn it, dude.
That's all it is.
It's okay to be top heavy sometimes, dude. It just doesn't help when you're riding dirt bikes, dude.
It's all good in the hood, dude.
Yeah, it's all good in the hood, dude.
Dude, I got mollywopped so hard. Yeah, no, I'm good off that, dude. I'm retired.
Fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So, anyway, back to the fucking Haiden Deegan thing, dude. That kid's is legit. I was talking to you the other day. I watched his fucking stories, dude. I mean, from being just a badass dirt bike racer and being the people, he doesn't give a fuck behind the fucking scenes. Like, he's a straight fucking
he's telling fans to suck it because he's winning. Like, yeah. And then he got second today, right? He got second, yesterday. He got second at Thunder Valley, right?
Okay, I
he had a bike issue, got second place. Yep. He gets on his private jet and says, "I'm cooked if I'm getting second place," taking a video of his private jet at 19 years old.
What?
All right, cool, dude. Flex on everyone. Might as well, right?
Well, I mean, honestly, dude, if I was that fucking good and I was making that type of money,
I'd be doing the same.
I would be doing the same fucking thing.
I'd be talking so.
If I was the top dog in the 250 class, smoking people by minutes.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, think about it. He gets to just go out, mollywop the competition, and then he gets back to his house. He fires up his Lambo, and then he goes and does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, literally.
Well, and he has some hard decisions, like when he gets home, if he wants to take the R8 or the freaking.
Hard decisions to make.
The R8 or the Lambo.
19 years old, you don't know what to take out, a Lambo or a fucking R8. That's
a tough one.
What do you call it?
Champagne problems, dude.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get, dude. It's unfortunate, man.
It's nuts.
No, but on a real note, the kid's been training since he was, I don't even know how old, but he's.
Well, I follow the Deegan family. So Brian Deegan, everybody knows him. He's a legend. Fucking X Game champion, right? Motocross, Supercross champion one time, I think it was.
He was a race winner in Supercross. He won at the LA Coliseum.
Yeah,
and
Coliseum.
When he ghost rode the whip, dude.
That's right.
Sent it off the freaking finish line.
Yeah. So I followed him because of the Ultra 4 racing shit, right? I was racing the King of the Hammers and going down there in the desert and stuff. I think it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. I don't even know. He just showed up one day with our buddy Terry Madden and fucking decided to race the King of the Hammers, which is fucking pretty crazy to think about.
Did you see his co-dog flip the car back over this last year?
No, I didn't see. But the car flopped over on its side. I think it was on Chocolate Thunder. Oh, no. That was Turkey Club. I was right at the beginning of the race, dude.
And then he picks it up and flops it back over.
Oh, my God, dude. That's fucking nuts. What is this guy doing?
What are you doing?
What's up, Axel? What are you doing, buddy? Our dog Axel's hanging out today.
It's not our dog. We're not together.
Well, not our dog. It's my dog. It's my dog. Our manager, Julia, she's actually currently working the real job, not the hobby here. So it's just me and Grande solo today. So
yeah, no supervision.
No supervision. So we gotta watch.
We're trying to be on our best behavior, but
trying to.
Anyone that knows us can attest to that. So we're just doing our best here.
But what was I saying? Oh, back to the Brian Deegan. So yeah, he started racing the King of the Hammer shit. Everybody's like, okay, these guys is doing it for the life of racing and trying to record a fucking film with Monster, whatever. But then he started like showing up year after year, dude, trying and harder and harder. And I think this year he finished like top fucking 10 actually, dude, in the UTV class.
Did you shit yourself?
No, I think the fucking dog stinks, dude.
Stinky motherfucker.
Oh, God, he fucking reeks, dude. What's up, buddy? What do you do, man?
No, that's the thing when it comes to racing and any motorsport, anything with a vehicle, it's infectious, and so you kind of just get hooked on it, and the next thing you know, it's like it snowballs, right?
Oh, 100%, dude. You get the race fever, dude.
No more two wheels, right?
No.
I got into the four-wheel life. It's already snowballing.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a fucking Maverick, dude. A Maverick car, dude.
I got a fucking side-by-side.
Yep.
So now that's fucking snowballing.
Yeah.
And it's just like $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $500 here, and you're just like nothing is getting done. Like this is bullshit. You're just throwing money at it. And nothing's changing.
Once you get into the UTV world, after you retire from the two wheels life, it's a whole nother level of fucking off-roading. I mean, you can go.
It is nice being able to take a digger though and actually go home. I will say that.
Yeah, you fucking bummer, does it hurt, dude?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's the side by sides are great because you just get a big group together. You go out in the desert, and we actually did a ride here. What would it be, a month ago, something like that.
Yeah, we went out to Johnson Lane, dude. That was fun.
We went out Johnson Lane and then went from there to Dayton over to Virginia City and then did a big loop and had a big group of people. And it's great because you feel like Bryce Menzies running across the desert, and then in the rocks, I got to see how absolutely god awful I am.
Steven got a little taste of the rocks out in Dayton area. Our buddy Miguel, he decided to take us through this fucking. That wasn't really a rock trail.
It was a fucking goat trail.
It was a goat trail. It took us like 5.5 hours to get through.
Scratch on the car, dude. This motherfucker takes us out there. Next thing you know, my car's got a fucking salvage title. I center punched a rock,
and your caliper falls off.
Asshole out.
Yeah,
it was. Dude, I'm not even fucking joking. This cocksucker passed me on the outside. I tried to rear end him. Next thing you know, he backs his car onto the hood of my car.
That's why I forgot about that.
You're a fucking piece of shit. He backs his car onto the hood of mine. I'm pissed. The thing's got 200 miles on it. Now I got a fucking piece of shit parked on the hood of it.
By the way,
and then my brakes fell off doing like 100 miles an hour.
The caliper fucking fell off.
The fucking caliper fell off the fucking car at like 100 miles an hour. We didn't have a jack. We didn't have extra bolts.
No, we didn't have tools. We didn't even have tools to fucking.
All we had was a fucking winch, so we winched.
And we had Coors Light.
We had a lot of Coors Light, so we winched the car onto its side. So we could work on it because we didn't have a jack.
Miguel had the winch. Yeah,
Miguel had the winch, the one that got us in the fucked up situation to begin with.
That's right.
Fuck this guy. So we go. So we have the car leaned over with a winch, right? We had to do 2 or 3 runs to the freaking.
I ran to Napa once to buy fucking tools.
And then we had to go back
because we didn't have the bolt. The bolt was missing.
Yeah, the bolt was gone. It exited the chat a while ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. So we had to go back to Napa to get the fucking hardware. So we do that. Then we come back. We get it all put together. Then we go to Virginia City. But on the way there, I don't know why, but the brakes weren't working that great. So it was more like we went from off-road into like picking Formula 1 lines, trying not to die.
You got to make the turn straight. You
got to make the turn as straight as possible.
Yeah.
So we did that. We get to Virginia City. We dabbled.
Straight up dabbled.
Yeah, we were dabbling in Virginia City. So we had a good time over there. And then we got to the top of the ridge in between Carson City and Virginia City. We hung out up there and made our way back to camp. And I will say this, that nothing beats a good old-fashioned night ride, though.
That was legit, dude.
Yeah,
that was
night rides are where it's at.
Yeah. So let's rewind a little bit back to the razor riding out in the desert, right? So obviously, people, if you don't know what we're talking about or what in the fuck, Axel, quit fucking around with the. Get out of there, dude. Hey, sit right here. Sit. Good boy. So back to racer riding and UTV riding and stuff. It's actually, I'm an off-road driver, off-road race car driver, right? So I go out and race, like I said, ball hocking, the hammers and stuff.
Fucking I've
never really gotten the chance to sit down and go out and ride with my buddies.
Like a normal human being. This motherfucker was tailgating so hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to ram people.
So I'm in the back of the pack. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll stick in the back. I'll let everybody get in front of me, and then I'll just cruise, right? But my instinct was to fucking get on people's asses and try to ram people out of the way, which is not the right thing to do. I found that out.
Yeah, when you're on a nice casual ride and people don't have rear bumpers, probably not the best idea to just power slam the back of their car.
Yeah, I didn't power slam anybody. I tried to power slam you, and then I
you couldn't catch me because your car's slow as fuck.
No, it wasn't that. You were driving very slow, and I felt bad for you. Okay, so I was fucking letting you fucking have your fun for that day.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, dude. But anyways, back to the UTV riding. It's actually fun. Like I said, it was my first time actually going out and trail riding with our buddies. My dad took me out a few years ago, and it was me and him and my uncle JP, and we were pretty much fucking racing each other, so it wasn't really trail riding. But actually going out.
Are you talking about when we cartwheeled like 8 times?
Yes, you were out there with us. Let's forget about that. Yeah, Steven had just got out of shoulder surgery like 2 weeks prior, and I was like, "Hey, Grande, you want to go riding with us?" He was like, "Oh, fuck yeah."
I'm still in a sling.
He still has a sling on his shoulder because that was from fucking football. Football fucked you up, right? Yeah. So we're riding anyway. Yeah. So back to the riding shit. Actually, we should talk about the rollover. Actually, that's a pretty good
that was a turning point.
Yeah,
that was like the catalyst of turn 1 at KOH. Was it 2019?
2019, I rolled over the first turn of King of the Hammers. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate that. Yeah. So we're riding with my pops and my uncle JP. I'm in the very back in the little 900 Razor. Steven's my co-dog, and we get to this uphill section. There's a gnarly rain rut right in the middle. Right before we went out, my pop stopped and said, "Do not drive into the fucking rain rut. Keep your tires on the high sides." My dumbass thinking, we'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? So we get to the top of it. My rear passenger tire falls into the rain rut, and we fucking
cartwheel. Backflipping
down the hillside. Oh yeah. And I think we landed on your shoulder side.
Yeah, we landed on my side.
On your side, dude.
We landed on my side, dude. And then, good old RG83 pulled down and was like, "What the fuck, guys?"
What?
A good old-fashioned motherfucker from the boss.
For about 5-10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then I proceeded to get out of Darian's vehicle and get in with the boss.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that. Now, I don't think I rode in a vehicle with you.
No, you haven't ridden in my vehicle with me since then, dude.
Nope.
Except for going to In-N-Out or fucking Taqueria.
Yeah, if we go to Taqueria or go get some food, other than that, fuck it.
Yeah, you're not riding with me, dude. But back to the fucking riding thing. It's actually a cool experience. You get to fucking drive, you get to stop and have some beverages, let's just say, and enjoy the time with your friends. Bullshit, play some music, talk shit to people that don't know how to drive on rocks.
And who's not.
Yeah, that is true. We actually, and then we took my little cousin, little mister, we call him, out there, and he was having a blast. He just started racing with our team, with our racing family, and it was cool to have him sit passenger with me, actually, and show him the fucking ropes and shit, because I started in the UTV world and moved into the Ultra 400 series.
Leaving me out to fend for myself.
Yeah. Well, no, you have my cousin Alex. He was riding with you, dude.
That doesn't count for shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's
the guy fucking barely can drive a Civic.
Yeah. It was fun. He was a good co-dog. He had his hard hat on.
Yeah, we had our hard hats on, our safety glasses, and we were partying.
You know what? I actually have a video of that. Maybe we should play it in the fucking...
We'll clip the video in there.
Yeah, for sure. Dude. Yeah.
No, we were ripping. So and it's crazy how the side-by-sides have evolved, because when we started ripping in them, they were what, 800s and 900s?
900s, that's it, dude. 900s DCs.
I think the first one that I was in was the 800, the narrow one.
The orange, yeah, that's right.
Not the 800.
I think the top horsepower was like 80 horsepower.
It was like 65 horse, something like that. But yeah, now it's like you go buy a car and you go buy it. So dude, you can do 100 miles an hour out of the box.
Out of the box. It's fucking crazy.
With a cage that's made of foil.
Straight beer can fucking cage, dude.
Yeah. No, it looks like they taped a bunch of Coors Light cans together.
and
Just put it as a cage. Dude. Yeah, so that was the first thing I did in my car. But yeah, no, we go out in the desert and we'll just stand on the throttle for a while and see how it goes, you know?
It's a good time, dude. It's actually fun.
Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse.
We should go back out there again sometime.
We need to go back out there, and I'm hoping to get a Rubicon trip in here in the next couple weeks.
I'm down. That'd be fun.
Yeah, no, we're hoping to have some good shit come out here within the next, I would say, 2 weeks or something like that. Where there's a lot of stuff that's coming up that we're going to be able to chat about on here. We wanted to get something on and have something available to you guys. That way, you know, at least you have something to go back and watch and
enjoy the time while you're driving to work or driving back from work.
Yeah, because me and Darian here are lucky enough to, you know, have a good friendship to where we reach out to each other on the way to and from work, and not everyone's got that. So, you know, if you're ever bored, log on, listen to us while you go down the road.
And enjoy the fucking show.
Yeah, because it is a shit show.
Yeah, well, I think we should call it.
Yeah, call it for the day.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like, and follow us on Instagram.
Say how to get rowdy, catch a buzz, and get down.
Talk to you guys later. Yeah.